We're called Fat Fender Garage, and a lot of it is because of these old Fat Fender Fords. These big old fenders that they would have on these old cool cars, and the cool Ford pickup trucks, and even the Chevys, they had the big old fat fenders on them. And so this is kind of like what got me started in building hot rods, and it really enjoying the nostalgic of a cool classic. So we have here a 1942 Ford Deluxe Coupe, and it's in pretty rough shape. Let me tell you a little history about this car. So this probably belongs to a second owner. Let's see, how do I explain this? So the son of and his dad's father. So we're into 3 generations of people that have owned this. So it's been in the family for about 60 years. And so Grandpa's passed away, but Grandpa actually acquired this in the 1950s sometime. And it was sitting in a junkyard, been broken. And so Grandpa liked to buy things, fix them up, and then flip them. And so this is one that he bought from the junkyard and saved it, and he fixed it up, but he fell in love with it and kept it his entire life. And so it's kind of a near and dear. And so the family has kept this forever. His son drove it, and all his son's brothers drove it all in high school. And probably about time they got done with generation 2, this thing is probably pretty well beat. And as you can see, we're missing headlight bezels, turn signal marker lights. We're missing the original grille that goes here. So we're gonna have to get with the owners on it, see if they have any parts and pieces before we go shopping. But a very cool. Now, this also has a flathead V8 in here. So this is going to be all torn apart, and we're going to rebuild the motor and put it all back together. And just a couple little upgrades. We're going to do a full restoration on it, but we're also going to do front disc brakes, power steering, power brakes, and that's pretty much it. They want to be able to drive it and feel safe with some of today's standards, but also kind of keep it original. So the original color on this was black, and at some point it got repainted to this off-white. I'm guessing is what it was, kind of a cream colored, and it's now patinaed, but you can kind of see this is the original black paint that was underneath this trim right here. Somebody set some paint cans on here, and over the years it probably just sat in the garage and was more of a workbench, if anything. And so come over here, take a look inside. I mean, this is all original glass. It's all gonna have to be replaced. Cool old trim, door handle. And then you can look inside here and see inside. Now, I don't know why this was in a junkyard back in the day. Looks pretty good shape. Grandpa fixed it up, and we're gonna media blast this, and then we're gonna find out why Grandpa, what he actually did to it. So that'll actually be kind of fun, is be able to strip this down to bare metal. And so we're gonna start the deconstruction of this thing here shortly. Now, it's not a truck, but it's just a different shape for the most part. We're gonna put some new wheels and tires on it. We'll get rid of these old school style rims and get something a little bit, better. Redo the rear end in it, the front, and make sure everything's really good to go. But at the end of the day, it'll be a nice classic black 42 Ford, and we'll decide on the interior, make it nice and comfortable to drive, probably get rid of the old springs and just make it, nice foam seat. But we got some parts to hunt for, and it's definitely something that we can do, and it's definitely something that, the client on this project liked the product that we produce and the quality and attention to detail, and so they wanted their car to come here and basically, bring this back to life. So when we picked up the car, the owner said it felt like a piece of his dad had left his house, and so this is kind of a tribute back to his dad, to restore this and keep this as a memory in their family for a really, really long time. Hopefully another 60 years. This will be the, maybe 6 generations later, this will be that memory of a car that belonged in their family, and everybody has learned to love and enjoy it and appreciate it. So very excited about this one. Most of these vehicles do have some kind of a story, and so this one has a story, and everyone has a reason why they restore their vehicles, all kinds of reasons, but usually there's a memory tied to something, and they want to kind of, you know, retain that nostalgic memory, those feelings. And so being able to pour some money into a vehicle and capture those memories and kind of, you know, encapsulate them, if you will, and save them so that they can tell their kids or their grandkids the stories about this vehicle or one like it, or how they grew up in their period of time. So I'm really excited about this, and we're going to get started on it today and slowly take it apart. We'll document the build as we go. Very cool, and so stay tuned and watch this one as we restore this one and bring it back to life.